Hey everyone, doing again with another video in the series of the Traffic Secret book that is written by Russell Brunson, the most amazing traffic secret book that is ever written, that is evergreen information that you can use as long as you are an entrepreneur. It never get old. All right. So Russell is the co-founder of ClickFunnels, one of the most widely used marketing software within the marketing arena that every entrepreneur on this planet, almost every entrepreneur on this planet right now, is actually using to grow the business or to scale the business in this marketing arena today. So again, my name is Dwayne Survey from DLTS Enterprise, and I'll be sharing with you secret number 5 within the Traffic Secret book that is written by Russell Brunson in this case. All right, so we have actually looked at almost everything that we need to get started within our entrepreneurial journey. However, we have looked at in the previous secret 4, we actually looked at you know earn traffic and also control traffic. Now we are going to look into own traffic, so the traffic that you owned. And this is where our email list come into play, where once you've actually earned that traffic and that traffic that you can control. Now the aim is always to push it, to get a sale in the process, but also to the ultimate goal is actually to capture people's email. And this is actually one of the single most important asset within an entrepreneurial journey, or of the foundation of a business that you need to grasp. This is a concept that will earn you millions of dollars in the long run. This is one of the things that it doesn't matter what is going on the internet, whether Google or Facebook or Instagram shuts down tomorrow morning, or close the door, or close your account, whichever whatever they want to do. It doesn't affect you, because you're gonna have a fresh, a pool of water to drink, fresh water to drink out of. And this is what we how we look at our email list. This is actually where you're gonna have your own traffic. You own this traffic, because the emails belongs to you. You don't have to market. You don't have to you don't have to put campaigns out there and spend money to actually get people to actually buy stuff from you now, because you actually capture emails, and not just capture the email, but actually work your way into them, having them trust, liking and trusting everything that you do or say on these. Your audience is now in your hands, where you can actually point them into direction, and have them do stuff that you want to do. So you have them taking action pretty much on whatever you are going to be doing, and they're actually not just you don't have to push them, because they already like and trust you in a way where you become that tribe leader for them, where they can actually they will do anything you instruct them to do. And this is you owning your own traffic here. So you have your own platform that you can actually take advantage of, by leveraging your email list on a daily basis, a weekly basis, or a monthly basis. One of the skepticism out there is that most people who are not in the game of marketing, they will never are being an entrepreneur in the first place. I mean, they are so used to you know seeing, scrolling through the news feeds and watching funny videos, or whatever they were watching, whatever they're into. And there's a video that pops up and basically interrupt their video. We call it pattern interrupt. Pretty much, you'll see a video pop up in front of you, and I've seen it several times. And it's one I used to be annoyed by it before I get into the marketing space, not knowing that it's the stuff you might check out, or in the long run, that might grab your attention, and you look at, and then you see those stuff following you around, and you want to know, how the heck is these stuff keep popping up in front of me? But it might annoy you at first, because you don't understand marketing. But if you do understand marketing, you know what it's for, and why they do this. So people like that, who are who are in the typical corporate world, they would see something like this, now they're thinking that when they see all these gurus talking about how much money they're making on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, on a yearly basis, it is basically impossible as far as they're concerned, because they can't see beyond their 95 or what they're earning on a monthly basis. They cannot see beyond that because they have been taught to go to school, get a good education, work their way from ground zero up, and get a promotion in a couple of years, and then they work their way up to the top by spending decades of their time investing in their time and effort into other people's business, making them richer every day, and they are actually able just to collect a paycheck and live on a day-to-day basis. Because I mean, they are actually, most people work in the corporate world. There's the salary is actually done before they even get it in hand. They basically have all these bills that's actually piling up, that that money has no use to them when they get it, because it's almost like you work for a month and you don't get paid because you don't see that money, because it just evaporate. It leave you just like that. So they're very skeptical when they see ads like this popping in front of them, because they're like, this is impossible, because I mean they have to work, actually, if they're gonna make 100,000 a year, they gotta work at least 50 weeks. Well, they gotta work at least 50 months out of a year and earning $50 an hour to make $100,000 a year. So when they'll see a guru come on, one of these marketers or one of these so-called gurus come on, they say they make, 100,000 a week or 100,000 a month. They're like, this is impossible, and it just throw them off guard, and they're like, they go nuts, because they're saying there's no way, this is a scam, and this is how they'll see the world and everything that's happening in the world. Everything's a scam, because they don't understand it, and they can't see the vision, and they cannot see how on earth it takes them that long to make that much money, and somebody can actually snap the finger and make that kind of money. It seems impossible to them. So email, as I said, email is the most important thing in a business. If you in any business at all, your audience, your customers, your customer base is actually the most important thing. And if you notice, most of these companies that sell for billions of dollars, I mean, they basically are not buying just a website or buying a business per se. They're buying the customer base, and that's what they're paying for, because they know that the business, most of that money that they're looking to recoup is actually in their list, and not in the business per se, because people have actually worked decades to create these lists, and capturing people emails and nurturing their community and become that they're a leader for that tribe. That it is the foundation of the business. So that's what they buy into when they buy. You see a company spending billions of dollars for a company. All right. So as I said before, there's no shortcut to freedom, to financial freedom. There's no shortcut. It is not easy. It's easy to sell something, but it's not easy to actually captivate people and be that magnetic character that people find you to be a person of value, and find and become loyal followers, loyal customers. They you can lead them in lead them anywhere, and they'll follow you. And it takes years of experience and hard work to actually do this, and also not just that, but a character that people love and trust. Because the thing about it is, you can be a phony as long as you want to be, and then you will be pointed out at some point. You got to be real with people. You got to make people know that you're there for them, and not just there for them, but you got to serve before they can serve you. So you got to serve them first, and they will serve you in return. And but it takes perseverance. It takes dedication. It does take, and it does even take you away from some of the stuff you love to do, some of the stuff you're comfortable doing. It basically also push you into an uncomfortable zone where you're not unfamiliar territory. Pretty much, you'll find yourself in those kind of territory that sometimes you feel like you quit, and then you're gonna be realizing that it's best to do stuff you're uncomfortable with, to get the kind of result you're looking for. If you try to be comfortable at all times, you'll find yourself in a place where it is not where you want to be, and that's just basically the plan. You always want to try something different. You want to do things a little bit different from everybody else. But you also want to model people in your industry, in your niche. You want to model people who are successful. You got to do your research. You got to do your market research. You got to basically dig deep into whoever you're gonna be modeling. You got to dig deep into their background, see what they're doing, make sure they're real before you start following them, because you will end up following people in the wrong direction, and it will take you years to find out that you've actually gone down a slippery part. You have actually gone on the wrong road, and by the time and you don't have that, to actually come back to where you should be going. It's almost like it's almost impossible. You're saying it's not even worth it to do it. All right. So what you want to do, you want to make sure your tribe know your story. You want to tell them your story. You want to make sure they understand your story. You want to share your journey with them so they can actually understand where you're coming from and where you're trying to go. And you always have to have a framework that actually moving you from point A to point B to C. You've got to have that framework that people can actually have proven framework that is. And also, when you're actually trying to capture people's email, never try to sell them anything in that email. Just offer them something of value, something irresistible, something they can't refuse. They have to give you the email address just to get that offer that you have to offer them, and not just giving them something a gift. Pretty much, you are going to make sure that it is actually they know how to use this gift you're giving them. So you're going to provide them, you could maybe provide them with like an ebook, on a topic that they're with answers they're looking for, or solution. It could be a free course, it could be a trial version of a certain software that they will find very useful in their business, and also teach them how to use it. Not just leave them in the dark, but you got to make sure you continue to provide them value for them so that they can actually become dependent on you for whatever it is that you have to offer. By giving them something of value, your audience then your audience will be following you, will follow you anywhere you go. You want to keep giving them things. I mean, helping them, and that's what you got to keep doing. And then you will realize that you will find them to be very loyal. you know so by working your way in, as I said before, and working your way in, buying your way in. I mean, all these things is just to basically create that customer base, that email list you're building as the foundation of your business. This is all that is actually just to get them into your email and get them into your community, get them into your world, and continue nurturing them and helping them to get to where they want to be, help them to move from pain to pleasure. And that's what most people are actually trying to get away from: pain. They have a problem, they want a solution, and this is where you come into this and in this game right here. You also want to make sure as well that whatever funnels you are using to capture the email, um, you've captured email, you're not, as I said before, don't pitch them, don't sell them anything. All right, don't sell them anything. You're gonna have to earn their trust first, and then you can actually start you know trying to get your product or service in front of them as well. So when that time come, as I said before, you will be able to market to them. Also, when you start marketing these, to your audience or to your email list, you want to make sure that whether to your email list or an ads order, you want to make sure that whatever it is that you're offering on the front end, you're actually making at least making a small profit. And also, you want to also make sure that your upsells are should be able to cover your ad spend. That means you eliminate your ad budget. So you don't have a ad budget anymore, because as most successful entrepreneur will tell you, the persons who get the most customers are the people who spend the most money and have advertising. And it is true. So once you actually your ad spend is being covered by your upsell, pretty much you are basically so on the back end you got to make sure your upsell are is covering your ad budget. That means at the end of the day, you don't have to worry about your ad budget, because you don't have to take money out of your pocket to put ad out there in the first. you are actually using and leveraging your upsell on the back end to cover all of that, so you can actually spend more money on ads and acquire more customers, more email for your list. But, to build your email list, basically to build that solid foundation you're building for anything that might happen in the market. All right. You also can do this as well. You can also leverage someone else's list. They can have a big list, and you can actually try talking them into getting your product or services in front of their audience once it resonates with whatever it is that they are offering their audience. So you got to be in line with whatever they're offering their audience, so the audience can actually benefit from it as well, and they won't have a problem put it in front of them, their audience, because you are actually helping them to cater to their audience. And a lot of people will actually go for that as well. I mean, you could even pay them to to do it as well. So whatever works. And the easiest way once you if you have a relationship with that person, it's also going to be very easy to do that as well. So in the marketing arena, I would say your email list is worth. I mean, entrepreneurs will share this with you. On a low level, I mean, your every email on your list should be worth at least $1. So if you have 10,000 uh, you know people on your email list, you should have at least 10,000 a month coming into your account. So on a low average, and a lot of it's worth a lot more. And what on average on the low end, you should at least it should at least worth $1 for each email address that is on your email list. So that is yours to say that you should be making money from your email list, because it is the foundation, the asset, your most important asset, and your asset should be generating money, not just sitting there, but generating your money. And that's all that's you owning traffic right there. So your email list is actually one of the single most important assets within your business, and you actually own this asset. You own this piece of asset, so you should be making money every month, every week from your email list. And this is one of the reasons why most people spend decades building the email list and becoming that magnetic character that most people are looking for, or they're looking to lead them down a very very successful path. And that's what they're looking for you. They're looking for what you're selling. They're looking for what you're offering. Again, my name is Dwayne Sweary, once more from DLTS. This is Secret 5 within the Traffic Secret book, written by Russell Brunson, the co-founder of ClickFunnels. If you look in the description, you'll see a link. You can actually pick up your free copy and pay for shipping and handling, and you should be able to to follow with me on this journey, and let us learn together and grow together. If you have any comments, any feedback, anything at all that you may need to know that I can actually shine some light on, just feel free to drop a comment in the on the video. I mean, like and share it, and I'll be sure to continue sharing my journey, and also sharing what this Traffic Secret book is actually doing for me, and what Russell is actually helping me to accomplish. And you might be able to relate to whatever is going on, and you might be able to grow your business using this Traffic Secret book, or or any other book that Russell Brunson is actually the author of. So again, I guess I'll be seeing you tomorrow on secret number 6 within the Traffic Secret book, and let's continue to do this as we continue to grow together.